Hey guys, hopefully I can help some of you guys out that are having the same issue with a 2010 to 2015 Camaro. Um, Seems like it rough starts, has problems starting when it gets hot. Go for a little ride and it struggles to start like the battery's dead. I've replaced the battery twice, replaced the starter with the TCI aftermarket starter. Still having the problem a little bit, so I was reading up on some forums and I did find some good information that maybe can help you guys out. So I already kind of started the process. But pretty much here is one of the fixes, or should be the fix that'll help you guys out. The hot wire from the battery comes up here. It usually routes to the post where you could jump cars, or I'm sorry, jump yourself, or however you need. You have a hot post up here at the front, and you got your two wires coming out that go for your starter and feed your fuse box. Well, the plate up here causes, I guess, a lot of resistance, and when the car's hot, the starter heat soaks, and the resistant and heat soak just cause the car to act like its battery's dead. So what the fix is if you could jump it. Now you don't have to take out the whole piece like I did. I did it because I've never really used that and it's kind of just in the way. But yeah, you could pretty much just jump it. So you can buy a spare hot wire and use these little guys. It's a 0 gauge copper split. You can buy it at Home Depot or Lowe's. Just be really careful with these because it's all copper. It could touch the ground, and yeah, you don't want the hot to touch the ground. So what I recommend is make sure it's taped real well. Make sure, you know, double check it. Make sure it's not going to touch the ground, and you'll be all right. The alternative to that, you could run a direct hot from the battery to the starter. You know, that's on you. Do keep in mind that the battery already has a fused hot coming off the battery. So in the case anything happens, I know we don't like to rely on that, but just there's some kind of security there. On top of that, to keep, since my car, you know, it's a little modified twin turbo, so to keep heat away, I am going to use a thermal tape to wrap around and kind of just keep the heat away from the copper split. So I have already cut the head off of this and spliced it about 1 inch, and same thing with those guys down there. Now you can jump it with a 0 gauge wire, but since I took mine out, it'll actually reach just fine just to do it. And that way there's not 2 points of failure instead of just jump it right there. So I'll move to the next step and show you guys too. So I get this to focus. I got the other two coming up and this one going down. Again, guys, do this at your own risk and make sure that when you tape it up or secure it, that it's not going to touch the ground. To prevent, you can see I dremeled these down. They're kind of a little sharp. I didn't want them to poke through the tape or anything, but I'll be doing multiple layer of high heat electrical tape. And again, I'm going to wrap it with this after because the car's modified. And so yeah, after all this is done, I am also going to add a ground to the driver's side of the motor just to help. This car only has a single ground, so on the passenger side and being modified, it's actually going through a plate, so it's already a kind of a bad ground as it is. So I'm sure that alone will help on top of jumping that hot. This is the ground wire I had on hand, so just gonna probably go from the head on the driver's side. I'll go down from the head at the bottom and just go anywhere to the frame. I believe there's a ground straight down under all this stuff, like down in there. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on after I electrical tape it. All right, guys. So as you can see, I did finish the electrical tape on it. I know it's not the prettiest job you've ever seen, but it's kind of hard to make this much electrical tape look half decent. I can't stress this enough, guys. Make sure this is taped real well. Make sure it's not gonna rub any ground like that or any, like, it can't, no copper can come through. If you see any copper at all, I mean, put more than enough tape on this. You do not want this to touch the ground. It could be a bad day. After this, I am going to wrap it, and I actually have metal zip ties that'll help keep my wrap, and it'll also help keep everything in place. I'm gonna probably put one on each side. So you know, between this metal wrap to keep the heat away and all this electrical tape, I don't think there's gonna be an issue here. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. This is it. There's a little bit of electrical tape in there. I used a few of these wires, zip ties, just to secure this. But yeah, I don't think with the high heat temp, and then the exhaust just sits, I have it disconnected right now, but it just sits right there. So I don't think it's gonna go through that. And then layers of electrical tape, I think I think it looks pretty promising. So probably tomorrow morning I will start with the ground, and I'll include that in this video. So stand by. Kit that I have on my car, the twin turbo kit, the heat shield is in the way of bolting to the head. So I figured out this wire was actually perfect length. I did a direct bolt into the starter. You can see my starter's heat wrapped, and the ground cable will just run all the way, and I'm actually going to bolt it up right there into the frame. Those are already existing ground. So as you can see, I took a Dremel and kind of just cleaned off the paint, and we got a better connectivity. And so I just got to bolt it in now, but pretty much it's that wire, and it just runs, it's going to directly ground the starter bolt. So yeah, I'll get you guys updated on the next step. Looks like the problem has gone away. I have this down in here now, and it's raining today, so can't really go out for a full-on test, but I can tell you it does start better than it ever has. Cranks over really fast. I feel like this is definitely gonna to fix the issue. If I'm posting this video, it definitely fix the issue, but I'll go ahead and try to start it real quick. Cranks over super fast. So yeah, comment down below, let me know if you guys have any questions or if there's anything I can help you out with. Good luck. Okay, so I've let the car run for about probably about 15 minutes now. We got the engine temps up to 181. We'll go ahead and turn it off and try again.